Hey there, my name is Kelly Dale, and this is your Must Know Monday for Monday, August the 1st. For the last 2 weeks, we've talked about the tools you need for bead crochet. And last week, I taught you how to actually load your beads onto your thread, and we talked about the measurements for how many beads you would need and how much thread you would need. So this week, to actually get us started, we are going to go over how to do chain stitch with beads. The chain stitch with beads is very important because this is how we start the first row. So you have to practice into keeping your loops consistent as you're adding your beads. So this is going to be kind of a quick video, but it's something you really need to practice this week to make sure that you get this first row correct and that your tension is really good. So let me get my stuff together.
Mainly
and we'll
what you'll want to deal with today is the first or the last 6 beads that you threaded on. That's what you'll practice with. I'm going to take my thread and I'm going to make a loop around my fingers with the thread. Okay? Now, I'm going to take the hook. I'm going to stick it in this loop that I've made, and I'm going to grab a hold of that extra tail thread. So here is my tail. I've wrapped it around my 3 fingers and just kind of holding it out in an X shape. I'm going to stick the hook inside of this loop that I just made, and I'm going to grab a hold of that tail thread. Now I'm going to hold it. I'm going to hold that loop I just made, and I'm going to pull the thread. And this is going to make a little slip knot. And I'm going to stick the needle or the hook back in there and pull until that little slip knot reaches the top. Now I'm ready to actually start adding my beads. And this is how the first row works on our bead crochet. Get this back down tight. All right. And it's all about learning to hold the hook the way that's most comfortable for you. You let one bead drop down. And what I do is I hold the bead while I take and I wrap the thread around the hook, and then take the hook and pull it through the loop that I have here, so that now one bead is attached. So now I'm going to take and I'm going to drop the second bead down. I'm going to let that bead fall all the way down, and I'm going to hold it between my fingers. Now I'm going to take and I'm going to wrap the thread around and take the little loop there and grab a hold of it and pull it through the loop that's already there. So now I have 2 beads added. Let my third bead drop down. Hold that bead in place. I'm going to wrap the thread around, grab a hold with the hook, and pull. So now that's 3 added. And it's very important that you try and keep the same consistency. So I really want you to practice this week on just starting this first row. Okay, so I've let my 4th bead drop down. I'm going to hold on to it, wrap the thread around, and then pull the loop through with the hook. Drop the next bead, wrap the thread around. And this is whether you're right-handed or left-handed. It doesn't matter. You're going to basically do it the same way. And so you grab and pull. So that now you have a line of 6 beads that you've added. And mine have a even tension because of the way that I was holding it. And if you want to take this out and practice it again, all you have to do is pull that thread and it'll pull right out. So again, real quickly, take the tail and we're going to wrap it around my finger. I'm going to stick the crochet hook in the little circle, and I'm going to grab a hold of that tail thread. And pull. Let one bead drop down. Well, if I can get it. There we go. All right, so I've got one bead. It's going to drop down. I'm going to wrap the thread around the hook and pull it through. And see, I had a lot of leftover thread there, so all I have to do is just pull, and that'll pull that bead in a little bit. And drop the second one down. Wrap the thread and pull. Drop the third one down, and as you can see, I'm just holding it in my hand here, wrapping the thread around, pulling it through, each one trying to keep an even tension. And this will help you if you'll really practice this week over and over. It will help you so much when making the first and second rows of our crochet, and it'll help you too to keep to learn a consistent tension for you. So this is what you want to practice this week to be ready to learn how to bead crochet next week.
So I hope that you learned how to do the chain stitch today, and I will tell you, it's very, very, very important to learn the fundamentals of the bead crochet, especially the chain stitch, because I'm telling you, it will help you so much this week. If you'll practice it, it will prepare you for next week. And I know a lot of you are super, super stoked about doing the bead crochet, because I've had a lot of interest in this. But let me go ahead and tell you, a sweet, super nice lady I used to know, her name was Jo Harrison. She ran a bead shop called Horse Feathers down the road from me, and we were, the last couple of years of her life, we became friends, and she actually taught me how to do bead crochet. And when she taught me, she told me, she said, Kelly, it's going to take you at least 12 to 15 hours of doing nothing but just practicing bead crochet for you to completely grasp it, completely understand it, and get it, just totally get it. But it doesn't matter how long it takes you. I promise you that once you do it, it's going to be like riding a bike. If you've not done it in a while, you may have a little bit of a hard time starting it, but it's going to come back to you. It's super, super, super fun. But the key is to practice in it and don't give up on it, okay? So let me just throw that out there first thing before we start it next week, because I know a lot of you are going to be like, oh my gosh, this is hard. I can't do this. You can. It's just practice. Lots and lots of practice. Believe me, I've been there. I had to practice to get it what I am today. And I'm not saying that I'm an expert by any means, because I'm not. But just so you know, you're going to have to practice this. Now, be sure and come back next week, because we're actually going to start the bead crochet, where I'm going to show you how to completely start it and then how to get going. And so that way you can work all week on getting your bead crochet ready so that I can show you how to finish it off. So I hope you guys have a wonderful week. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.